Hello everybody and welcome to Sold Exclamation Point. We got a fun one for you today. All weekend we kept hearing the cha-ching of the eBay app, which is always a good sound. We had a lot of really cool stuff get sold. I think you'll enjoy just looking at what sold, and then of course learning about what prices you can get for different items. Let's get into it. I don't have any stories, which is good because this is going to be a long one. First off, we had this really cool sale. It came in, so when your phone goes buzz, 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 that's a good thing. I mean, someone bought a bunch of stuff. I figured it was a smoky collection sale. Usually that's when I get 25 or 10 sales in one transaction. And then I look and it's a bunch of St. John's stuff. St. John's is a small school in Minnesota. They Division III. They won a national championship. You'll see something in just a bit. But small school, and what's really cool about this? No, the customer didn't tell me this. They just bought it, and I wasn't in any communication with them. But I gotta think somebody is an alumnus, or outfitting their family. But what's really cool about this made me really happy because they purchased 8 items, all Johnny's items. It's highly likely that this was 8 separate trips where we found one Johnny's item. Half of them are mine, half of them are a client of mine in the Twin Cities. And so what's really cool is they got a real solid deal on some great gear that would have taken 8 separate trips and you had to go out and find it. And so it was a good sale for us, but a great find for them. And this is one of those sales that makes me really happy because it just kind of goes, oh, that because of the work we did, this happened, and now that I assume the whole family is going to be geared out. I thought maybe he bought everything I had. That was not true. He bought 8 items. I had another 5 or 6 items. One was a really nice leather jacket. I was kind of surprised I didn't buy that, but that was an over $100 item. So, yeah, that's a different price point that we're working off of. So the very first thing we're going to show you is the big St. John's sale. 8 items. They overpaid on shipping, so I'm going to refund some of the shipping once I package it up and figure out what it is. I'm going to say about $165, so about 20 bucks an item. One item is worth a lot more than all the other items. All right, first up, got the Johnny's 100th season for football. Velcroback. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put all this stuff. There you go. I'll put the hat there. Next up, a Johnny's Breakaway. Nice sewn, gear for sport. Then an Adidas full zip track jacket. That's real solid. Let's see the patch. It's just a school patch on it. Oh, it's not. I thought it was full zip. It's a pullover, so that's cool. Another breakaway jacket. This is a Champion. Again, all sewn. These are really good items, and they've dried up quite a bit in the last couple of years. I do not find them very often anymore. This is probably the best items. This is their Division III National Champion crew neck from 2003. These are, because it's such a small school, these are probably significantly harder to find than if Florida State wins the national championship. So whenever you can find national championships at Division II, Division III schools, even if it's weird sports, but especially if it's football, definitely grab it. You're going to have to sit on it a while, but you can definitely price it up because there is not a lot of supply. Alright, this one's stuck in there. Another breakaway. This one is Cotton Exchange. So 3 different breakaways, but 3 different manufacturers. Nice Johnny's Tee. Looks like somebody just sent me a message on eBay, so hopefully that's I want to buy another 20 something. And kind of a generic St. Johnny's Tee, but it's got St. John's at a vertical script and then football on the back, so that's kind of cool. So these guys will be well outfitted for the opening game for the Johnny's season. About $165 for all of those items. We're going to keep going with the apparel since I'm already working on that. Next up, Chicago Bears Cedric Benson jersey. That went for $17. This is a low price jersey, but unfortunately he tragically passed away at a motorcycle accident, which is why it sold. It just a sad moment, but when people passed, and so like if you were a big Texas fan, you might go, oh man, I remember that guy is my favorite, and then you go on eBay and pick up the item. I believe that the reasoning behind apparel, when it comes to autographs, I think it's a little more sinister. It's a reality of autographs, but I think with the jerseys, I think it's just fans who are like, oh man, I just want to have one. That's too bad, and it's a way for them to deal with an unfortunate event. Bryant McKinnie jersey. McKinnie went for $35. Offensive line jerseys do real well. They don't make as many of them, so they're more rare. So especially when they're about 10 years old, 15 years old, they really dry up. I personally like offensive line jerseys as I played offensive line. I got a College World Series from 2010, $13. We got a, well, this was, they actually bought two of them, so they bought two for 26. So here's UCLA Bruins, that was 13 as well. We got a 2012 Kansas Jayhawks National Championship shirt. So obviously that shirt's not super rare because it's Division I basketball. I got a lot of those, and a lot of people got a lot of those. But there's more interest in Kansas too. So 15 for Kansas. This is a shirt that I thought would sell immediately because it's so weird. But this is 5 years old. It's a really cool Hersey Fifth Avenue shirt. This was a very early pickup of mine. I go, oh, this is kind of offbeat and cool, and people like it. And for whatever reason, it took 5 years to sell it. I didn't get very much for it. $12 for it. So, you know, what are you gonna do? All right, Wisconsin Superior Simple Crew. That went for $26. Chicago Bears. This one has a defect on it. I know that because there's a hole in the back. So I found the hole after bringing it home. So what I do with these is, let's say you find something, you get it back, and there's a real defect on it, and you're like, oh man, I wouldn't even bought that. It's probably not worth bringing it back or trying to bring it back. So I just reduced the price, and I literally put star defect as the very last word in the title. So people I don't want people to not read that there's a real bad defect on here. In this case, it's a hole. I dropped the price quite a bit. And interestingly enough, so this sold for $15 shipped. So it's $15 for a sweatshirt, especially if you want to wear a Bears sweatshirt while you're doing work around the house. You don't really care that there's a hole in the back, but you want to wear your Bears sweatshirt. So it's a good one to bang around, and it's super cheap. So, who cares? But what's interesting about my listings that say defect on them, and I've said this before, is some of my highest sell-through rates. Now, I believe the sell-through rate is because of the price, not because it says defect. But I think when you scream defect at the customer, they're like, oh, that's really cheap. Let me see what the defect is. And they look at the defect and they go, oh, that's not a bad defect. Maybe it's a grease stain. Maybe it's a small hole. Like that small hole is no big deal depending on what you want to do. What you want to do when you're wearing the sweatshirt. If you're just wearing it to watch football around the house and you just want to have a Bears sweatshirt, then who cares if there's a hole? So they're like, oh, $15, I'll get an embroidered sweatshirt? Sure, why not? I think that's why. I mean, I gotta assume price is the main driver for the sell-through rate. But yeah, probably my best sell-through rate of any sort of group of products or types of products that I have are products that say defect in the title. I am not advising that you put defect in all of your items to make them sell for more, because that make them sell quicker. That I don't think is a good strategy. Arizona State Sun Devils, Simple Tee. I believe it's a champion. It is. $13. Champion NCAA tees don't sell for a lot, but they do sell pretty good. They sell pretty fast. As long as you just keep the price low there. So if you run into, if you're at the thrift, especially if you're just starting out, I don't pick them up a whole lot anymore, but if you can find them for $1 and you're making 10 on them, and you're gonna end up with like a $4 profit, especially when you're starting out, that's nice. I mean, make $4, make four. I mean, I started my whole business just saying if I made $1, it's $1 more than I had. Now I've moved on from that somewhat, but yeah, it's $1 more than I had before. I'll add it to my war chest and I'll buy something else for $1 and make another $1. You know. So we got Wisconsin Badgers. Got that really cool patch going down the sleeve, even though it's Wisconsin. This is a champion, so that's cool. The $32, and that one got priced up mainly because of that script down the sleeve. You don't see it a lot. For the manufacturer, it is an absolute added expense. It does make that hoodie significantly more expensive at retail. It was probably a $75 hoodie, so you can add another $5 to your used price, and you are probably good to go. Okay, so that's all my apparel. So we're gonna get into hats. We got this cool Quaker State. I don't usually like racing. It's not a great seller, but vintage pinstripe is green. It's not overly racing necessarily. This is a great hat. Quaker State went for $20, and then we got the Blaze Orange Hunting, Minnesota Twins. Blaze Orange does really well. It's a reoccurring stadium giveaway in Minnesota for many teams. We got a lot of hunters in Minnesota, and people tend to like these Blaze Orange hats a lot. $20. All right, so we get into cards, and whoops. Come on, baby, where are you? All right, don't want to lose anything that we're selling. September 29th, 1974, I think. Baltimore Colts versus the Eagles. I can't remember what happened in this game. Nothing massive, but one quarterback threw for a couple touchdowns. Ticket went for $16. Mainly the reason why I charge a little more for that is it's just a ticket from 74. So there's not going to be another one. There's unlikely to be other ones for years. There'll be years in between them. So there's no reason to sell them super cheap. The person that wants it's going to want it at the time they want it. So I know that sounds... It's... the person's going to want it where they want it, and not before they want it, but after they want it. You know, I realize what I just said is silly. But it's not. What I mean by that is there are certain items where price really... shouldn't say it doesn't matter, because it does matter. But let's say you have an item that you could get $5 for it, $10 for it, or $15 for it. But you got to find the buyer who wants it. Some people might say, well, I'm going to put $5 on it because that will make it sell faster. Well, that's not true, because you're looking for that final collector, or that final buyer. And when that final buyer sees your item, they're most likely going to buy it at any reasonable price. So if 15 is still a reasonable price, it's going to sell when they find it. And this is what I mean by they're not going to buy it till they buy it, is if you put it up in January, and let's just pretend there's just one collector that wants it in the whole world, and you got it for $5, it's not going to sell till that one collector finds it, and then they'll buy it for $5. But if you put 15 on it, they're going to find it on the same day and buy it on the same day, except they're just going to pay 15 instead of 5. There's certain items like that. I take a stub like that is one of those items. So think about that, especially with those real long tail items where you're like, I just got to find the collector that needs this. You still got to be reasonable. If I had $100 on that ticket, you're probably not going to buy it because it's not worth $100. It's just not. What I got 16 for it. So yeah, if I would put 5 on it, it still would have sold this weekend for $5. Well, that's not good. It's not a good thing. So remember, basic economic rule is when you reduce the price, it doesn't increase demand, It doesn't create more demand for the item. It creates more demand for the quantity of the item. So if you're selling grapefruit, I am never going to be your customer. I hate grapefruit, right? So if grapefruit, $10 a grapefruit, and I walk in the store and go, oh, grapefruit, that's gross. And then, and then I come in the next day and you got it for $1, 90% off. I'm going to go, oh, wow, it's 90% off. It's a grapefruit. That's gross. I'm still not buying it, right? So demand hasn't increased because you reduced the price. However, there is another person that likes grapefruit. I call these people crazy people. But they're going to go into a store and go, grapefruit's $10. I'll buy one, and then I'll really enjoy it. And the next day they come in and it's 90% off for $1. They go, oh man, I'm gonna buy 20 of them. Quantity demanded went up, but demand did not go up because you reduced price. That is what I'm talking about with this type of item. Is the price is not going to increase the demand. It's just going to increase the quantity demanded. And if you just have one to sell, that's not an advantageous position for you to be in. So a little economics 101, where you can actually apply it to extremely microeconomic transactions. All right, Prism Hot Box Refractor, Albert Pujols. I want to say $5 probably, $6 for that. The Smokey Collection, Justin Brunette, not a player I know, went for $8. Cole Figueroa went for $8. This is a really nice one. So I got a lot of these in the Smoke Collection where they're not worth a ton, but I priced them at just a couple bucks because they're really cool. There's a 1991 score, Dave Stewart, and Dave Stewart has a great signature. And 91 score is another set that people are collecting the in-person set of. But Dave Stewart was a great pitcher in the 90s. Blue Jays, Oakland Athletic. Really nice signature. 91 score, everybody knows 91 score. A collected in-person set. This is a really nice card. I could have probably put $20 on this card, but again, it's a massive collection. What did we get for it? We got 11. So, three more dollars than a common. But really, really nice card. That's one of my favorites that we had. We got another Star Wars sticker set that I got out of the vending machine. That was a nice little added bonus. Bought a sticker vending machine for $25. It was full of stickers, so I decided to sell stickers. This is my second pack I've sold. I'm not getting very much for them. I'm getting $6, so I'll make a couple bucks on it. But I got maybe 10 packs, so yeah, I'll make $10 on the vending machine. I have a free vending machine. This is really cool. So this is a Hulk Hogan bandana from 1988. I do believe it's dated. Almost positive it's dated. 1988. Ooh, I remember. So really nice. What do you call that? Digital. I hate it when I learn terms and I know them and then I forget them. So real cool Hulk Hogan bandana. They look like they're brand new, but they, through my research, they do come in plastic package with a hanger on it. I don't have that, so it's not new. A guy in Australia bought it. This is one of those things where they're not super rare, but they keep selling. Every time somebody puts one up, it sells. So Australian buyer bought it. We worked out a deal to ship direct because eBay probably wanted, $90 in shipping. So I went on there. I asked for the address. I put it in PayPal shipping. It was like $13. I said I'll need $15 to cover my extra fees. That was good for him and good for me. So all in all, everybody is happy, and that's what we're always striving for, is everybody to be happy. So $40 shipped for that. But remember, 15 of that 40 is because of the extra shipping to Australia, so it's more like a $30 sale. Print ad, one of my most popular print ads, the Foamposite Nike phone number ad. We got 16 for that one. This is really cool. I was actually surprised. So I got this from a client. He had $125 on it. When I went to research it, it's not worth anywhere close to $125. We got a $35 sale, but it's really, really nice. I do think there was more condition problems with this too as well. And it comes with a ticket stub. Minneapolis Millers, 1957. Yeah, 1957. It's a solid book, but there's definitely condition problems that lowered the price. So $35 for that one. I'm gonna put that on top. That way it doesn't get crushed because we want to keep them in good condition. Next up, Pennant Bonanza. Alright, you got a nice mini Pennant, Montana Grizzlies. Soft felt, early 70s or 60s. Montana went for $12. This one's kind of cool. So this is a travel pennant for Florida. Smaller, but what's really nice is the tassel and the hang tag, which was all sort of one thing. Really good condition. So I actually priced this up. I've had it for a while, but I did price it up just because, you know, it was in really good condition. That went for $20. So this is normally a $9.99 pennant, but because of condition, I doubled the price. Next up, Kansas City Kings. You'll see 70s Kings pennants. They're going to say Sacramento Kings, Kansas City Kings, or Kansas City Omaha Kings. Obviously, you know, the Omaha and the Kansas City are a little better than the Sacramento. Kings went for $38. Real nice condition, actually pretty white. I do have a stain right here, but not too bad. You know, I put creasing on all my pennants. There's a little discoloration on the bottom edge, but the creasing is real minor on here. Really nice pennant, and actually a solid deal is probably closer to a $70 pennant if I didn't have the little stain and a little discoloration. Next one is a great Seattle Supersonics. This Sonics logo. So this is one of the things you need to do when you get into this field is you have to learn your logos. You have to learn what logo they used a lot and what logos they didn't. And a lot of that is just Googling. So I saw this logo. I've seen it before, but I haven't seen it a lot. That's telling me, okay, maybe they didn't use it a lot. I looked it up. They only use it for 1 or 2 seasons. And so if you have a logo that was only used for 1 or 2 seasons, we can obviously price them up. Demand is going to be a lot higher because they only had a small number of seasons to make merchandise, and they weren't thinking of historical. When you're making those pennants in 1972, you're not. I don't know if that's the year, but you're not going, well, there's a historical value to this logo only being used for 2 years. No, they just made what they made. They sold what they sold, and there you go. $131 for Sonics. White, early 80s, or mid 80s, San Antonio Spurs. Spurs went for $16. Ohio State, this is going to be 70s. Sort of in between a soft felt and a hard felt, more soft than hard. Heavy discoloration, heavy staining. That went for $16. This is probably more of a $40 or even $50 pennant if it was in good condition. So the price is reflected. The condition is reflected in the price. Washington. Now the guy who bought the Sonics pennant also bought this really nice Washington one. What's nice about these is a lot of these came from the same seller. The white ones have discoloration on the edge, so the ones that are colored don't, or they do and you can't see it. So in this case, probably just don't because the darker hue resisted the discoloration. So real nice Washington Huskies pennant, and that went for $25. Then we got a 97 Astros Central Division pennant. We got some discoloration on the edges. This came from the same collection. Kind of a rare one. This 97 team was super exciting. It wasn't like one of those, like the 2003 Twins division championship team is like, oh yeah, we went to playoffs that year, and it was kind of disappointing. This was a real exciting team. Jeff Bagwell and Craig Biggio and probably Richard Hidalgo and who am I thinking of? A real tall, skinny guy. Can't think of his name now. But that was a real exciting team. So 97 does get a little more love, even though they didn't win the World Series. Usually when you, especially with apparel, if you find stuff that's division championships and they didn't do much in the playoffs, I just stay away from it. I would argue that's more bad memories than good memories. Okay, so let's see what we got here. I showed the Johnny stuff. I showed the mist. I showed the hat. I showed the apparel. And I showed you all the pennants. That is everything this weekend. Had about a $900 weekend, so very happy with that. Now, not the best weekend we've ever had, but just the amount of stuff, the different types of pricing. A real fun weekend negotiating with my buyers. This weekend they were a little better with their initial offer. Sometimes I go through weekends where everybody's offering me $1 for everything. I'm like, okay, this is weird. But these were, some of them were real solid offers. And the way I operate, now every seller is going to be different, so there's no hard and fast rule. But the way I operate is, if you give me a real good opening offer, more likely than not, I'm just going to take it. I'm not even going to counter it. I'm not going to try to get another $5 out of you, another $3. Let me see if I can get $3 more out of them. If you start me out super low, I'll still negotiate. I don't have an emotional attachment to negotiation, but I'm going to try to get every dollar out of you that I can get. So, so if my low on something 80 and you offer me 82, but I think I can get 85, I'll probably take the 82. If you offer me $50, I'm going to get all of the 85 that I want to get out of it from you, especially because you've made me spend more time negotiating, and that costs money. So it does lead into my final thought. If you're a seller, so I was on a Facebook group that I belong to, and people were griping about lowballers, and I said the same thing I always say. Sales is a binary, accepting an offer is a binary decision. If your absolute low on a $100 item is $90, then somebody offering you $1 or $89.99 is the same decision. There's no reason to put any emotional investment into that occurrence. It doesn't matter, because the $89.99 offer, even though it's a penny away, you can't take it. Your low is 90. So you shouldn't feel. If anything, you should be really angry about the $89.99 offer as much as you are about the $1. But that's not usually how it goes. When you're selling stuff, emotionally reacting to offers is not only is it not beneficial because maybe you're making bad decisions, but it's not going to make the selling fun. I mean, selling's supposed to be fun, especially when you're selling fun stuff like we do. And so that's my advice. Don't put any emotional investment into the negotiation process. It's a binary decision. It's either a yes or a no. Try to get them up. If they don't get up, sell it to another person, and be happy and have fun selling. Thanks for watching. This is a long video. I do realize that. But hopefully you saw a lot of cool stuff get sold and learned a little bit about pricing. And have a great day, everybody.